Hi, my name is Martin Omander and I welcome you to the Root Access Show. Today I'm joined by Waleed Abdulla, founder of Ninua. Thanks for coming in here today, Waleed.
Thank you, Martin.
Tell us a bit about Ninua. What does your startup do?
So we have two products, Symphony at symphonytools.com. It's a social media management dashboard for businesses to publish to multiple social networks at the same time, and also to listen to what their customers say about them on these social networks. And the second is Networked Blogs, which is a platform for bloggers to distribute and promote their blogs and to network with other bloggers. It has about 1.2 million bloggers on it, and it's active, been going on for a few years.
Great. So for a few years, how did Ninua get started?
So Networked Blogs started in a hackathon. It was one of those events where you go on Friday, build a product, and launch it by the end of Sunday.
Great.
So that's how it started. It was a side project. It was not planned to be a startup. And then it kind of grew over time and started gaining more traction. At some point, we were getting 1,000 bloggers signing up every single day. We have a total of 1.2 million blogs on it and about 7 million users, million monthly active users. So somehow it just happened, it wasn't planned.
That's great. The best things in life are often the unexpected ones, right? So now you have this product that attracts a lot of users and you hadn't really planned for it. What was your first business model?
So, I mean, we started with advertising, just like a lot of startups do. We put AdSense on it, and then after a while, we started looking into other options, like other networks, and kind of experimented with trying to sell ads directly. That didn't scale as we wanted, though. We had millions of page views, but we didn't have tens of millions of page views. So with a few millions of page views, you can make good revenue, you can cover your costs and maybe pay a salary. But to build a business that scales, you need tens or hundreds of millions of page views, and we did not have that. We worked a lot on trying to increase engagement, but at the same time, we also knew that we were targeting a niche of bloggers. So after a lot of experiments, we kind of realized that probably this will not scale to hundreds of millions of page views. So that's when we kind of started looking at other options.
Yeah, and getting enough money for one salary is nice, but not enough to build a business and grow the business.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So when you hit that realization, it was time to rejigger the business model. What did you do?
So we tested as well paid features. So the product is free, and we added a few additional features that you can pay for. It was low-level payment plans, like $5 per month or $20 per month, and we experimented with that. It wasn't our focus. We were still kind of focusing on optimizing advertising, but that continued to grow as well, and at some point it was generating more revenue than ads. Actually, it was like 2-to-1 ratio. So finally, we thought, okay, maybe for our business, it fits better to monetize it with a paid system rather than advertising, and then we decided to kind of focus on that.
Great. So now you have the business model of the ads are still there. You have the new model that is the way to go with paid premium features. A decision to make here, right? Did you create a new company? Did you create a new product or a new brand? Or what did you end up doing, and what was your thinking going into this decision?
Yeah, it was so it was the same team and the same technology, so we kind of kept the same company. But the new customer segment was small businesses, and small businesses don't identify as bloggers, and the name Networked Blogs lends itself to a blogging-related tool. So even if a business has a blog, they think of themselves as a business, not as a blogger. So we decided to go with a different name, and that's how we ended up with Symphony. We took the same source code, then modified it, copied it, and modified it to launch a new product. Removed a lot of the features that are specific to networked blogs, to the social aspects of networked blogs, and kept the features that are more useful to businesses, and then built on that, and then we ended up with the new product.
So that's interesting. Tell me a little bit more of that. So you had this one product, this one code base, and then you needed to have this business-focused version, but you had the millions of consumers as well. So you forked the code base, or what did you do?
Yes, so exactly. So we forked the code base. We have a new code base, made a lot of changes on the second version of it. That became the new product, the Symphony. And then we continued to grow both of them independently. There's a lot of overlap, but from a user point of view, they're completely different. There are some common features, but they are very different products. They look different, they behave different, and they target different segments of users.
So you can put new consumer features into the consumer product over here, and new business features, premium features over here. I see. So, with millions of users, consumer bloggers, or people who identify as bloggers rather than businesses, how did you how did you plan for going and hitting this new customer segment, the small businesses? Yeah.
So we started with our existing users, which was the easiest thing to do. So we put links on our on networked blogs, put ads on it that points people to the new product, emailed some of them, and started that way. And then over time, we started learning about new ways to reach this new segment of users. And it's a new segment, so there are different ways to reach them. And we are learning as we go, like every day. So it's still a continuing journey.
Every day is a learning experience, right, in a startup.
Yes, definitely true.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us, Waleed.
Thank you, Martin.
Hope you found something useful for your startup in here. Please leave comments on the show in the YouTube comment section. We read everything you write. Also, if you're in a startup, you should go to developers.google.com/startups and see how Google can help your startup. With that, thank you and see you next time.